you all. So welcome back to the next video. So in the previous video we have discussed about the Raoult's law and how the Raoult's law we are using to find out the vapor pressure of the solution and the solvent. So now in this video we will discuss about the next, that is the colligative property of solution. Colligative property of solution. So we know that solution having many properties, and those properties are related to macromolecules. Those properties are related to macromolecules. Macromolecules means, for example, polymers. So what are the colligative properties? Colligative properties are like relative lowering in vapor pressure, elevation in boiling point, or we can say vapor pressure is one of the colligative property. Boiling point is one of the property. Similarly, freezing point and osmotic pressure. In this way, we can say that these are the properties of the solution. These are some of the properties of the solution. So what is the use of these properties? The main use of this property is to calculate the molecular mass of the macromolecules. Molecular mass of the macromolecules like polymer. So today first of all we will discuss about colligative property of solution. So what do you mean by colligative property of the solution? So colligative property means which depends upon properties which depends upon the number of molecules irrespective of their nature, means it do not depends upon their nature, it only depends upon the number of molecules. Means the colligative property depends upon the number of molecules present in the solution. It do not depend upon the nature of the solute. It may be iron, it may be salt, but it only depends upon the number of iron or number of salt, but it will not depend upon whether it is a salt or it is a iron. So let's start the colligative property of first one, that is the relative lowering in vapor pressure. Relative lowering in vapor pressure. In the previous videos, when I have explained about the Raoult's law, at that time I have told you about some of the fact about the relative lowering in vapor pressure. So let's see what is relative lowering in vapor pressure. See, this is the graph when there will be presence of non-volatile solute. This is the graph when there is presence of non-volatile solute. But in Raoult's law I have shown you the graph, that is both the component are volatile. But here this graph is mainly for the non-volatile solute, when there will be presence of non-volatile solute. So let's see what is the relative lowering in vapor pressure. First of all, you see this graph. According to this graph, when suppose the mole fraction of the solvent is 1, mole fraction of the solvent is 1, and when it moves in this direction, the mole fraction of the solvent slowly goes to 0, because we know that when the another component is added, then the mole fraction of the previous component will little bit decreases. So here when we will take A, because we know that A means what? A means solvent. So A here it is 1 and A here it is 0. So now here you can see when the mole fraction of the component B, means the non-volatile solute, is 0, it is 0, it is increasing in this direction, then the mole fraction is equals to 1. So what happened? At that time when we are increasing the mole fraction of the component B, that is the non-volatile solute, when we are increasing their concentration of what? Concentration of the non-volatile solute, the vapor pressure of the solvent will gradually decreases. The vapor pressure of the solvent will gradually decreases. The vapor pressure of the solvent will gradually decreases, because we know that this is the vapor pressure graph of what? Of the solvent. So when the concentration of the solute, non-volatile solute, is increasing from 0 to 1, when the concentration of the solute, non-volatile solute is increasing from 0 to 1, at that time what happens? The concentration, the mole fraction of the solvent is decreasing from 1 to 0. The concentration of the solvent is decreasing from 1 to 0. At that time what happened? The vapor pressure is decreasing. The vapor pressure of the solution is decreasing, or the solvent is decreasing. So this is the graphical representation of the relative lowering in vapor pressure. Relative lowering in vapor pressure. So mathematically, how we can say PA equals to what? P naught A xi A. We can write PA equals to P naught A xi A. Similarly, in place of xi A, we know that xi A plus xi B equals to 1. So xi A can be written as in terms of 1 minus xi B. So in place of xi A, we can write it P naught A 1 minus xi B, 1 minus xi B. So it can be written as PA equals to what? P naught A minus P naught A xi B, P naught A xi B. So therefore we can write it as P naught A minus PA equals to what? P naught A xi B, or we can write it like this: P naught A minus PA is directly proportional to what? Xi B is directly proportional to xi B. It means that the lowering in vapor pressure is directly proportional to what? Directly proportional to the mole fraction of the non-volatile solute. Is directly proportional to non-volatile solute. That's why this is called as colligative property. That's why this is called as colligative property. Why? Because the lowering in vapor pressure is directly proportional to the mole fraction of the solute, non-volatile solute. That's why this is called as colligative property. And since if we are removing this proportional sign as equals to, then we can write by P naught A. It means that the lowering in vapor pressure with respect to the actual vapor pressure, lowering of vapor pressure with respect to actual vapor pressure is equals to the mole fraction, is equals to the what? Is equals to the mole fraction of the non-volatile solute. So in place of P naught A minus PA, we can write delta PA by P naught A, means change in vapor pressure with respect to original vapor pressure, means relative lowering in vapor pressure is equals to xi B, is equals to xi B. So in place of xi B, what we can write? In place of xi B, we can write number of moles of B by number of moles of B plus number of moles of A. Mole fraction equals to what? Number of moles of B by number of moles of B plus number of moles of A. But here the number of moles of non-volatile solute is very small as compared to the number of moles of component A. That's why we tend it at 0. So we take it as 0. So what we can write? NB by NA. So NB by NA, NB means what? WB by MB. And what is NA? NA is WA by MA. Therefore, relative lowering in vapor pressure delta PA by P naught A can be written as WB by MB into MA into WA. So this is the mathematical derivation of relative lowering in vapor pressure. This is the mathematical derivation of relative lowering in vapor pressure. Relative lowering in vapor pressure. Clear? Now we come to the next one, that is the elevation in boiling point. Boiling point. What do you mean by boiling point? In junior classes, you generally read that the temperature at which the liquid substance convert to gases is known as boiling point. That particular temperature is boiling point. But in class 11, 12, in higher classes, you will go in details about the boiling point. What is the more scientific definition of boiling point? So see, what is boiling point? Whenever the vapor pressure of the component is equals to 1 atmospheric pressure. 1 atmospheric pressure, it can be also written as 1.013 bar pressure. It is also written as 1.013 bar pressure. Clear? So whenever the vapor pressure reaches to 1 atmospheric pressure, means the vapor pressure is equals to the 1 atmospheric pressure, that particular temperature is known as its boiling point. That particular temperature is known as its boiling point. Clear? Whenever the vapor pressure is equals to 1 atmospheric pressure, that particular temperature is known as boiling point of that component. Now see, according to Raoult's law, whenever the non-volatile solute, means sugar, salt, these are non-volatile solute added in the water, what happened? Their vapor pressure will decreases. So if this is the vapor pressure of the pure solvent, this is the vapor pressure of the solution after adding the non-volatile solute. So this is the vapor pressure of pure solvent, only water, but this is the vapor pressure of the water plus whatever the non-volatile solute we are adding. So when we are adding non-volatile solute, the vapor pressure decreases. So when the vapor pressure decreases, what happened? The vapor pressure is inversely proportional to the boiling point. Inversely proportional to the boiling point means lower the boiling point, lower the vapor pressure, higher the boiling point. Lower the vapor pressure, higher the boiling point. Similarly, higher the vapor pressure, lower is the boiling point. Higher the vapor pressure, lower is the boiling point. So in this case, you can see when there is higher vapor pressure, this is the boiling point, lower boiling point. But when the vapor pressure decreases, the boiling point increases. So this is called as elevation in boiling point. Clear? So now we will see what is there in elevation in boiling point. Mathematically, we will go through the elevation in boiling point. So according to Raoult's law, the change in vapor pressure is directly proportional to what? Mole fraction of the solute. The vapor pressure is directly proportional to the mole fraction of the solute. But the vapor pressure, here the vapor pressure P naught A. What is P naught A? Vapor pressure of the P naught A is the vapor pressure of what? Pure solvent. Vapor pressure of pure solvent, P naught A. But when we will see PA, what is PA? PA is the vapor pressure of the solution. So here what we can observe? P naught A. What is P naught A? Pure vapor pressure. Pa is the vapor pressure of the solution. If we will subtract it, it will give positive value. It means that the vapor pressure of the pure solvent is greater than the vapor pressure of the solution. But I have told you here, the temperature is inversely proportional. Means the vapor pressure of pure solvent is greater, but the temperature of the pure solvent is less. Clear? Similarly, the vapor pressure of the solution is less, but the boiling point of the pure solution is more. Pure solution is more. That's why here we will not write TB naught, we will write TB minus TB naught. Here we will write TB minus TB naught, because here P naught A is greater but the boiling point is smaller. Here PA is smaller but the boiling point is greater. Clear? So this is the relationship between vapor pressure and the boiling point. When the vapor pressure is high, then boiling point is low. When the vapor pressure is low, the boiling point is high. That's why if here we are writing P naught A minus PA, here we will write TB minus TB naught, because they are inversely proportional. Or we can say, whenever there will be increase in the value of decreasing vapor pressure, means when the relative lowering in vapor pressure increases, when the relative lowering in vapor pressure increases, the boiling point difference will increases. The boiling point difference will increases, means when this value will increase, this value will also increase. When this value is increased, means the relative lowering in vapor pressure will decrease, the the difference in the boiling point will gradually increases. That's why P naught A minus PA, in that place we can write TB minus TB naught is proportional to what? Proportional to Xi B, according to Raoult's law. According to Raoult's law, it is proportional to Xi B. Xi B, clear? Proportional to Xi B, clear? Means whenever the vapor pressure is decreasing, the boiling point is increasing. So this is proportional to this one. Okay, means this value, when this value will increases, this value will also increases. When the difference will increases, this difference will also increases. So that's why this is proportional to Xi B. Clear? Now when we are writing this one, in place of Xi B, we can put this value. So this proportionality sign will be written as K. The proportionality sign is removed by K. K is the constant. Xi B, in place of Xi B, we can write K into WB into MA by MB by WA. We can write like this. In place of Xi B, we can write this one. Now, you separate this, you multiply 1000 to both sides. Both side means both in numerator and denominator. In both numerator and denominator, we will multiply with the 1000. So what happened? If we will separate this three, this one and this one, K into MA by 1000, and this one is separated as WB into 1000 by MB into WA. MB into WA. So what is this one? Remember, in the concentration of solution, I have told you, when WB into 1000 by MB into WA we are writing, it means it is small m, that is molality. This is small m, that is molality. M means molality. Clear? And see, this is constant. Molecular mass of the solvent is constant. 1000 is constant, and this is written as Kb. This is known as Kb, and this delta Tb minus Tb naught will be written as delta Tb. So this is the mathematical equation for the elevation in boiling point, where Kb is known as molal elevation constant. Molal elevation constant, or another name is ebullioscopic constant. Kb is known as ebullioscopic constant or molar elevation constant or ebullioscopic constant. What is m? M is the molality. Clear? So the delta Tb is equals to Kb into m, means this is the ebullioscopic constant that depends upon the solvent, and m is the molality. Now what is Kb? Remember, for water the Kb value of water is equals to 0.52, and what is the unit? See, Kb can be written as delta Tb by m. So delta Tb means what? Kelvin, and what is molality? Mole per kg. So it can be written as kg mole inverse. So Kelvin kg mole inverse, that is the unit of ebullioscopic constant, that is Kb. Kelvin kg mole inverse, and the value of ebullioscopic constant of water is 0.52 Kelvin kg per mole. So this is all about the elevation in boiling point. Similarly, next we will discuss about the depression in freezing point. So what is the depression in freezing point? See, this is the vapor phase pressure of the component or of the solution in solid phase, and this is the vapor pressure in liquid phase. So now what happened in case of freezing point? What is the definition of freezing point? Where the particular temperature at which the vapor pressure of the solid phase coincide with the vapor pressure of the liquid phase. Once again, when the vapor pressure of the solid phase coincide with the vapor phase of the liquid phase, that particular temperature is known as freezing point. Clear? So whenever the particular temperature at which the vapor pressure of the solid phase is equals to the vapor pressure of the liquid phase is known as what? That particular temperature is known as freezing point. But when we will take the pure solution, what will happen? The vapor pressure will decreases. This is the pure solvent, this is the solution, means we have added non-volatile solute. So when we are adding non-volatile solute, the vapor pressure is decreasing, the vapor pressure of this solution is decreasing, so it coincides the solid phase at much lower temperature. Means here the vapor pressure of the pure solvent coincides the solid phase at this particular temperature. This is the original freezing point of the solvent. But when we are taking solution, the vapor pressure of the liquid phase of the solution coincides the solid phase at much lower temperature, and this is called as what? Depression in freezing point. So here which one is greater? Tf naught is greater or Tf? Tf naught is greater because here the temperature is decreasing. Here the temperature is increasing, that's why Tb is more. But here the Tf naught is more. Why? Because the temperature is decreasing. That's why we can write it as Tf naught minus Tf is directly proportional to what? Xi b, according to Raoult's law. Xi b, in place of proportional we can write K. So now delta Tf is equals to K into Xi b. We can put this value, that is this one, Wb by Mb into Ma by Wa. Multiply 1000 to up and means both numerator and denominator. Multiply with 1000 to both numerator and the denominator. Now arrange them. Bring this one this side, Ka into Ma by 1000. Clear? And this one, remaining one, Wb into 1000 by Mb into Wa. Okay, so what is this? What is this? This is known as molality, small m. This is known as molality, small m, and this one is now known as Kf. In terms of freezing point, it is known as Kf. In case of boiling point, it is known as Kb, Kf. So delta Tf, change in freezing point or decrease in freezing point, is equals to Kf into m. So what is Kf here? Kf is known as cryoscopic constant. Cryoscopic constant. Cryoscopic constant. Cryoscopic constant or molar depression constant. Molar depression constant. Depression constant. And the unit is same. Unit is same. That is kg Kelvin, kg mole inverse. Mole inverse. So this is the depression in freezing point, and this is the constant that is known as cryoscopic constant, whose unit is Kelvin, kg mole inverse. So these three are the important colligative properties shown by the solution, which depends upon the number of molecules. In all the case, we can see it depends upon the number of molecules. Number of molecules. Hence, they are called as colligative property. So this is all about some of the colligative properties. This is the part 1 video of colligative property. In next video, we will discuss about the osmotic pressure and the numericals related to colligative property.